A few decades ago, a man named John Rodemeyer did a video documentary of Kings Road, uh, coming from just north of here, going all the way down into Volusia County. Uh, the following is that video. Where I'm standing is the historic marker that's here at Palliser Creek Conservation Area. Kings Road's out there. It's a heavily traveled road now. At one time it was dirt. And you'll see in this Rodemeyer's video what it looked like back then.
We see the old Kings Road, built in 1763 by the British as a road to New Smyrna. At US 1, the road is in its original state. Then it runs through to Palm Coast. Across this road on US 1, you can still see the dirt road that runs over and winds around past Moultrie Creek and on up into Georgia eventually. It goes past Jacksonville. But on this side, the British used old Indian trails to go down this road and build it. And eventually the Spanish used it, the French used it, and then the Americans used it. This was the first thoroughfare in Florida's history. It was like the I-95 230 years ago. That this road is a civil engineering landmark declared by the United States government. We are continuing on the Old Kings Road past the Prince's Palace, 230 acres of dedicated land on the St. Johns River dedicated by Governor Childs. And as we go forward, we can still see the road that's leading down into Palm Coast. Continuing down our 230-year-old road, where you come to a stop sign and we can see the road going through the woods. If this is a little bumpy, I'm walking on the road and the road is a little bumpy. But isn't it amazing we have saved this road 230 years and it's still here, and it's here for future generations. But we should have some kind of marker on the road. We're coming to the intersection of Old Kings Road and Forest Grove Road. Like I say, we can see the road going through the woods, but if we take a right at this street here, Forest Grove, this will wind us around and we'll be back on the Old Kings Road west, just to get a nice view of the road. And now I'll be cutting it off and probably get down to Palm Coast. Going through the woods once again, and then this is the road that'll take us down to the Old Kings Road again. Kings Road running south to Palm Coast. Everything in Palm Coast is named Old Kings Road Insurance Company, the Old Kings Road School, Old Kings Road Business. They really honor the road. Old Kings Road and State Road 100, which to the left goes to Flagler Beach. If we go straight ahead, we go to the Volusia County line. This is the sign at U.S. State Road number 100 and Old Kings Road. And I repeat, if we go south, we keep on continuing. We hit Halifax Plantation, the dead end, and the Volusia County line, where Volusia County seems to have no respect for the road at all. This is the historic Bulow ruins that runs off of Old Kings Road, and we can see the road over here. It goes on back to the river. Probably in the 1800s this was built. Old Dixie Highway of the Old Kings Road at the Volusia County line where it stopped. As we go further though, we go around the corner and we can see where the road goes through to US 1. Hold on. Around the corner on Old Dixie Highway, we see the Old Kings Road running straight ahead through Halifax Plantation, which the far and light power lines follow straight on down to US 1. You can still walk this road, but it's very difficult to get through any longer because they barricaded the road, which I do not understand because it was supposed to have been kept open for at least a walk. The Halifax Plantation, which somehow got permission to block off the Old Kings Road, and I do not understand it because it was always supposed to have been kept open. Road going south from Old Dixie Highway down to US 1. People a little south, a little north of US 1 have encroached on the road, looking north to Halifax Plantation where the road comes through the woods down to the village of Pine Run, which is off of US 1. As you can see, the fences have been encroached onto the road, which is not supposed to have been done. Then we look south and we also see more fences built on the road. Looking south at the village of Pine Run, US 1. This is the road coming south from the village of Pine Run, and as you can see, the Florida Power and Light lines follow most of the road, but it is still a lot of fencing on the road, which should not be. We swing across the street, we see a road called Indigo, which runs down to Coquino, which crosses US 1, where we will go now. Now looking at the old Kings Road, which is now named Coquino, which come down and we can see where the pioneers made a big swing to the south to avoid the Tomoka River, thinking they might not have to go across it. But as we get to US 1 in Coquino, you can see the road goes across through the woods, down across the railroad tracks into Tomoka Oaks. Coquino and US 1, we see a big hunk of Coquino, which was probably used on the road at that time because that's what they built the road out of. We have a plaque on there that says Kings Road, established by the British, 1765, connecting St. Augustine and New Smyrna. Followed old Indian trails meeting the Tomoka at Buckhead Bluff on George Anderson's sugar plantation, established 1818. Destroyed 1836 in the Seminole War. Then we go on through the woods down to Nova Road, where the road runs again. There we go, down to about half a mile above Nova Road. We see the Tomoka River, where the pioneers come across through the woods on the, let's say, west side to the east side. And behind this woods here, you can still see the palmetto trees and the coquino that was laid for the road to be built across the railroad track. You see the railroad there. It wasn't there then. Then it continues on through Tomoka Oaks down to Nova Road. This is the old Kings Road at the Trail Shopping Center in Ormond Beach at Nova Road. The road went right to the shopping center going north, but the road now we can pick it up and we can drive south on it all the way down to Division Street, crossing Granada. But although they destroyed the road mostly up here in Volusia, at least we can be thankful that this part is still here. We are now at Granada and Old Kings Road going south. You can follow the road all the way down to Division Street in Ormond, where once again a housing project is built on top of it. But there is a plaque at Granada and Old Kings Road, which we will read to you. The Old Kings Road crossed north to south near this site. First originated as an Indian trail, later improved by the Spanish and then constructed by the British as a road in 1763 to 1773 to connect St. Augustine and New Smyrna. Florida, improved by the United States Army in 1827, used as a military road. Now on Old Kings Road, following to Division Street, still has all the original trees here and vegetation. But of course we come to the dead end where they have built another housing project on top of it. We will now go around to the other side and I'll show you where the road comes. We are now at Hand Avenue. This is where the road comes south from the housing project that was built on top of it. You can see the road still in its original state, still a dirt road. We go across the street and that's Laurel. And that takes the road all the way down into the woods where we have another house built on top of the road. And we'll go on the other side and see where it comes out in the woods. On Alabama, about 2 blocks east of Nova Road in Ormond Beach, where the road still continues to come through unmarked, still in its virgin state on this side. But on the other side, actually, we have a fence. The road goes straight on through across Nova now, and then we can pick up the Old Kings Road and we can once again drive on it. So here we go. Nova and Flemish, the road come through the woods, and when Nova Road was built, sort of built on top of some of it, and was probably not any longer used as a thoroughfare, allowing people to build on it on the north side of this road here. But come across here, you can still drive.
So there you have it. This is Kings Road, now Old Kings Road. It's been paved. The part that he showed, the old section of Kings Road, I went across It's now a subdivision. There's a roundabout there. But that's what Old Kings Road looked like well, a few decades ago. But until recently, probably in the past 15 years, this wasn't paved. It was still a dirt road. It's PZ, a little more Flagler County history.